All right, let's get back into Matches and Matrimony, a Pride and Prejudice tale. Chapter 2. This time, we're playing the Bingley edition. So we've managed to charm Mr. Bingley and his mean sisters and keep things cool with Charlotte and Jane. So right now, everybody loves us. Nobody knows about our ulterior motives. Let's build up our stats. Um, let's read because we're really good at that. How's our energy? Not bad. We have no talents. Let's study the arts. I think the rest are okay. Maybe we need sensibility. Read a book. Okay, we'll get that from reading a book. Um, go outside. Go visiting. Let's be more kind. And we will rest. Do we need to rest? Let me see. That takes -10. This doesn't do anything. Okay, so we've lost 16 energy. I'm gonna say study the arts again. All right. Right. Painting, playing the piano, reading amazing books, just living that lovely Regency lady lifestyle. Sense and Sensibility. Didn't that come after Pride and Prejudice? I need to fact check this. Anyway, all right. It's the weekend. My mother of late has been happily engaged in discussing Mr. Bingley's apparent attachment to Jane, though I fear she has shared her opinion on the matter a bit too liberally, and I worry perhaps without proper propriety. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be telling everyone that Bingley's into Jane because I'm going to steal him, Mom. And then what? Serving only to further excite her, Jane was invited by Mr. Bingley's sisters for lunch. Afterwards, Mamma would not allow her to ride home in the carriage in hopes of turning lunch into a longer stay. Our mom is devious. And Jane found herself soaked through by rain and took ill, which explains why I'm now off to pay a visit to Netherfield Park. Though there is not much I can do in the medical sense for Jane, I'm sure she'll appreciate the company. Okay. Prepare ourselves for Mr. Bingley's sisters again and Mr. Darcy. All right. So now we're going to Netherfield. An accomplished woman. How do you find your sister? Hi, Mr. Bingley. Hi, future hubby. She remains very poorly, though I'm confident she'll recover shortly. I very much hope so. It's only a cold. Though they may make us dreadful for a time, they do pass. Yes, I suppose you're right, though I hate to see people pass through dreadful times. Mr. Bingley's so wholesome. He's like such a nice guy, you know? That's why he's perfect for Jane. And I feel like we're walking around with a book. I mean, do you see this little book over here? Our character has this book at all times. Even at balls and parties, she's just clasping this book. So I feel like she needs to be with a big nerd, like Darcy. But, we're on a mission here. It should please you to know that your care and attention to Jane has, I believe, made the cold not quite so dreadful. Well, that is good to hear. Oh. Okay, I'm going to continue to compliment Mr. Bingley. My words are most warmly given. Despite Jane's situation, I find being at Netherfield has lifted my heart. I confess I'm quite happy at Netherfield as well. I cannot imagine more happy moments than those I've had the opportunity to experience since I've come here. This is the thing, he's a happy-go-lucky guy. Like, you can't bring Mr. Bingley down. Imagine what a quiet and happy life you'll have with a husband like that, right? Happy indeed. That is the perfect description of Netherfield. I should think any woman would be happy to spend the rest of her life here. Wink. Certainly in the right company, Netherfield could be the happiest of places for the whole of one's life. Look at his eyes light up. I should check on my sisters, if you'll excuse me. Look at that face. He went from being all innocent to... Of course, I hope they do not dispose you wrong. This is what we're playing for. I knew I was treading on somewhat dangerous ground due to Jane's obvious inclination towards Mr. Bingley, but I couldn't help but pay him attention. He's quite unlike Mr. Darcy and his own sisters for that matter. Mr. Bingley likes us more. As Mr. Bingley walked away, I took the opportunity to look through his library of books and eventually settled on one, though doing so did not go unnoticed. This guy. Wait for the Mr. Darcy edition, okay? Don't be so thirsty for us, because we're not interested right now. Do you prefer reading to cards? Mr. Bingley's sisters were involved in a game of loo with rather higher stakes than I prefer to involve myself in under normal circumstances. However, these were far from normal circumstances, and avoiding further conversation with Mr. Darcy, who was not a part of the game, made playing worth consideration. Yeah, let's play cards. We want to get closer to the sisters. Actually, I was just thinking I would join the game if there's room for one more. I suppose, though I warn you, we play a mean game of loo. Honey, I wouldn't expect less. Look at your face. Oh, I would not have expected anything else. Okay. The game provided very little amusement while costing me half of my month's spending money. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, now that I know that Mr. Bingley's sisters like me more, it's worth it. Let me finish reading what was in the previous thing. However, it did occupy the rest of the evening, which kept me from having to speak with Mr. Darcy. So perhaps we could consider the money well spent. Damn straight, because we got our future man's sisters to like us. Thankfully, the rest of my time at Netherfield passed quickly, and I soon returned home to the familiar company with Jane at my side and Mr. Darcy long behind me. However, I feared that my increasingly strong desires towards Mr. Bingley might soon force Jane to join Mr. Darcy in the ranks of those who were more difficult acquaintances than joyful ones. I don't think it'll damage my relationship with Jane, though, because Jane's really nice. Did I miss something? No. Just glitchy. That certainly was a full week of interesting intrigue. Despite how much has happened, I find myself in good health for the coming week. All right. Moment of truth. Mr. Bingley likes us more. And his sisters like us too, but their faces, why are they so mean? And Jane's none the wiser, so she really loves us. Oh! I can't really control the clicking. Sorry about that. I'm not going to play chapter 3. That's way too much in one day. But thanks for watching if you did. And we'll continue the Bingley edition of Matches and Matrimony next time.